You're right on point.
Yeah, it just goes so overboard. It should be declared unconstitutional. It's a shame that there's not more attention being put on this by, our current politicians, for sure. Sorry, Peter, go right ahead.
No. So before we run out of time, let's ask some gossipy ones. There was Epstein that suicided himself, and John McAfee who suicided himself. What's the word on the street, whether they did that or something else happened?
We wrote an article for the Frank Report a few weeks ago because Frank got approached by potentially doing a documentary. There's one, already done, Who Killed Jeffrey Epstein? But we were to do it in another way with a lot of the medical evidence, because Frank had talked to Epstein's brother and got exclusive content from him as to some of the medical findings. And it was shown that in order for Epstein to have killed himself, he had to be some type of acrobat. There's no way that he humanly could have killed himself in the way that he did as a suicide. And there's a lot of things going around there. Who did it? And there's a bunch of different people. Did the Clintons do it? Did Donald Trump do it? Some people say that Trump had him killed. My belief, and this is just my theory, and I trying to get facts together to confirm or deny this, but my theory is that this guy was a spook. This guy was CIA or Israeli Mossad or working for both. And, because he went in the entry-level position in Goldman Sachs, and within 4 years, he was a partner at Goldman Sachs, and he wasn't a guy that was working 120 hours a week in finance. He was running around on yachts and going around the world. And my view is what he used to do was he used to trap people. His job was to get people in compromising positions, monetarily or sexually, especially, with women or even with children, and basically blackmail them to do the work of the United States government or the Israeli government or some other intelligence organization. And it makes perfect sense that it would have to be a nation-state actor that would be bankrolling a guy like this, because how do you go from a Goldman Sachs associate, a bootlicker, to being a partner in 4 years and not do any work, unless you're bankrolled by somebody. And it makes perfect sense that the mansion that he was using in Manhattan was a place where they had wired up and they could have pictures and everything else taken. And then after somebody comes there a few times and has a few wild nights, they get sat down by Epstein and a couple of handlers and say, okay, you work for us now. And if he hung around the New York circles like that, and he did that type of stuff, how long before he snags a whole bunch of people that become assets that are in every walk of life and that are very powerful people, be them stars, be them financiers, be them attorneys, judges, be them people that can control things in every facet of life and that are now intelligence assets. That's my belief at what the Epstein case was. Now, I'm trying to get the facts together to prove that, but I think that's a pretty cool narrative to chase down, and that's a pretty cool investigative, hunch to try to track down, because it has, and if it's true or if not, the espionage is sexy. I hate to say it. If this guy was really a spy master or a spy handler or an asset developer for intelligence, that becomes a whole new angle to this whole thing.